going to be Vijayalakshmi Raman, the Manager Systems and Process Improvements, R&D Soft Private Limited. But she has an impressive profile. I also spent some time in her LinkedIn pages. She describes herself as a data science enthusiast whose love for data made her explore the world of business intelligence, robotic process automation, AI, and the online world. In fact, Vijayalakshmi, I am in the IT field, so I really admire this particular skill set of yours.
Thank you, sir.
And with a rich corporate experience of 20 plus years, and she's a Six Sigma Black Belt professional. I think in the name after that LSSMB, I think it's a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt, if I'm correct.
Yes, sir.
And Quality Management System Lead Auditor. And ISO QMS Lead Auditor. She also co-authored 3 books. In fact, I got that name of the 3 books in her LinkedIn profile. There's very interesting areas she covered in the books. First book is 7 Mantras of Organic Success. Second is 5-Point Awakening of Life and Finance. Actually, that's very interesting again. And third is Being Employable. And I'm very happy you are touching the 4th book on Microsoft Excel. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great actually. And this I like very much. A lifelong learner who wishes to die empty. She's also inclined towards holistic growth, a glimpse of which she appears to share. And I think the takeaways, what I think we will be getting out of from our session would be details about holistic growth and a small exercise to find out where we are, and a tool to help us plan better financially. Tips for continual improvement via holistic growth. Without much ado, I think I welcome all the participants and my colleagues of CMA Managing Council, like Nitin is already here, and Vijayalakshmi Raman once again. I think the floor is yours, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And actually, it's an honor to be here amidst of all of the qualified professionals. So I would like to kind of bring up a different perspective of continual improvement. Now I'm sharing the screen.
You got it.
Okay. All right. So the topic today is continual improvement for holistic growth. So agenda will be what we are going to learn today, and a little bit of introduction about me and my accolades. And then we will deep dive into continual improvement for holistic growth. What is that we are going to learn today? We're just going to understand what is continual improvement and its importance, and what are the 4 phases of continual improvement, and how can we apply this continual improvement into our day-to-day life. And I would also want to give few tips for continual improvement for individuals and also for the leaders to improve their organization. In this due course, I would also make you try understanding where exactly you are and the holistic growth path by small exercise. And also I'll be able to give one small tool at the end of the session so that it will be helpful for you to plan financially in a very better way. A little bit an introduction about me after sir already have given. I'm a Six Sigma Master Black Belt ISO QMS lead auditor and also an author. Yes, the 3 books. The 7 mantras of organic success, I touched upon the area where it was speaking about the collaborative leadership, where project manager really understands how he has to be very much collaborative with all the other managers so that he is able to kind of drive the project efficiently. So that was one small bit I could write in 7 mantras. That's been the first book. And being employable, we had around 24 authors co-authored in the period of lockdown. We all kind of came up with a different perspective of how we can sustain in our own area. So my topic was, the impact of lockdown for pharmaceutical sectors. And the third one actually is the book talking about finance, which speaks more on my own personal experience, and it's different look of different area of finance touched upon by 5 different authors. So now this fourth book, actually, all this were prelims for me. Like fourth book I'm writing on my own, which is actually on Microsoft Excel for future leaders, because my love to data made me go ahead and learn RPA, project management, data science, and BI, and everywhere what I saw was Microsoft Excel. So that is where like I also aspired to become an Excel coach, but somehow I felt that was not the right thing with right, coach or name I should give. So I'm still exploring my purpose. So I would be coming up with that little later on. In my corporate experience in my journey of 2+ decades, I had actually worked with multiple domains and multiple processes, and I was able to kind of give ahead 4 or 5 Kaizen projects and around 3 Greenbelt projects as well for the company, giving up new improvements, process improvements. Now into multiple ISO audits for the past 1.5 years in this company. And yeah, both of them are addressing continual improvement in complete a different way. So these are my little few accolades, if you can look at my certifications. Okay, now when we are going to look at continual improvement in Google is going to throw out saying continuous improvements. It's also called continual improvement. It's an ongoing improvement of product, services, or process through incremental and breakthrough improvements. So it is simply meaning that, the small improvements we do day to day, a little bit of improvement, little bit of learning. It could be learning, it could be anything like to growing up the knowledge, learning everything, step by step, I would say. It is actually like compound interest. Whatever we learn today, it's going to compound when we are going to learn something new tomorrow. I was a person actually who was very new to Microsoft Excel when I joined my previous company in 2008. I did not even know much about Microsoft Excel. I would actually want to quote that. When my operation manager interviewed me, he asked me, what do you know about Microsoft Excel? I simply said, I know to kind of input the information you give in a table. And that was what I knew. But Microsoft was much more than, Microsoft Excel is much more than what actually, inputting the data into the tables. No, it is, it's really used in multiple way today. And I have come a long way from there till now, understanding how it is working. And we do a lot of, Pareto charting and normal charting and all of those, tabular columns and dashboards and all of that stuff, which is going to really help us get those insights. So continual improvement, yes, every single day learning one bit, and that is where like you grow every day. And what's the importance? The importance of continual improvement for us is actually staying ahead in the competition. It could be for an individual, it could be for a company. Individual actually would say, I would say like we are looking at what we want to do and where we want to go. So we work on that. So it is the second improvement, I would say, the second importance, I'm sorry, the second importance, I would say, it is urging us to explore more. Today, the technology has grown vastly, and it is the online world is completely new. After the COVID, like I'm sure like many of us would have gone and explored how it is working and all of that. And we were able to work from home, adopt to the new technology, adopt to Zoom, and we could actually start conversating over virtually and learn virtually and also work virtually. And I would say like this is the next level of exploring. And does it stop here? No, absolutely not. Online world actually has much more opportunities. And if you see what is going on in the AI world, I'm sure like everyone over here would have touched upon what chat GPT is, and understood how it's going to help you out in the day-to-day world. But I would say this continual improvement urge in you, that is what is pushing you to go and Google. That is what is pushing you to check out in ChatGPT, or even checking out any other tools how we can use. I'm sure like before a decade, using an Android phone itself would have been a challenge, but we have actually improvised in our day-to-day life multiple ways. Like those days, our ancestors were not having a washing machine or a fridge or any other thing, but we kept improvising and we kept adopting, we kept growing from there to here, making our life much more easier. And that's the importance over here. It urges to explore more. And what are the but I would say like in the company perspective, we have certain way we are trying to do certain things. 4 phases of continual improvement will be plan, do, check, act. It's also a important 4 phases we will call in the ISO as well, in quality management as well. Plan, do, check, act. Whatever actually like we are going to do, we have to plan where exactly we are currently and where we actually want to go. And we would also do the gap analysis in between to understand where the work has to be put in further. So that is going to help us determine what are the missing bits. When we are able to determine what are the missing bits, that's where we are able to kind of really go further and fill those gaps. So in the phase of planning, we will only kind of do the gap analysis to understand what we are supposed to do, and doing actually is to fill. It could be like, for an example, I am a person who is a basic corporate employee, and I want to kind of grow into a position, say a CEO position, or going into a C-suite or a director place. And I should understand like what all I am supposed to, grow, learn, and I should grow to reach that place. If I am not able to understand what all I am supposed to learn in the due course, I will not be able to go to that exact destiny. So, doing, we will try to kind of do what we planned. We understood those gaps. Those gaps we are going to kind of fill. It could be certification, it could be learning another skill, like, or it could be learning another tool also. It could be multiple things. You would know better. You are the best judge to understand what's your gap. It could be, working on your communication as well. Maybe like all the tools, maybe you have the certification, but you're not very confident in speaking in public. So public speaking also could be another skill where you can grow up. And I would say this doing comes there, and you are improvising yourself in this space. And check, I would say, assess what we have done, if it is correct or if it is enough. How would we assess? Only by connecting with industry experts, industry leaders, to understand if we are on the same page. Are we enough to kind of proceed if you are trying for a new position, new role, or anything professionally. But personally, I would say, like, again, we surely can go into our elders at home, or any elders we feel are already practicing whatever we are expecting to do. I'm sure like they are going to be helping out. Simply, I would call, reach out to a mentor and understand where you are, checking and analyzing. And acting is, this is the place where you have filled the gaps, you have already worked on the continual improvement, and now you want to reap the fruit, you reap the result, you get the results. What is that we are going to do is, we are going to approach, we are going to act, we are going to announce, we are going to say we have reached this place, and we want to pursue new opportunities, or pursue new work, or uh, showing the world that I know this and you can reach out to me. It could be multiple things, but this is the phase of one of the last phase of continual improvement. All right. Now, I was actually giving a topic saying continual improvement for holistic growth. And how can we apply this continual improvement into our day-to-day life is the topic today. So where is this, holistic part come along? I would actually ask you all, like, is this enough if we grow only, professionally, or only in the finances? I would say that is not enough. At least we have to grow in 8 areas of our life. And those 8 areas, I would say, they are health, their career, love, spirituality, family, money, fun, and friends. Yes, for health, we would, go for a walk because our doctor has already advised us. So we would try to do some, exercises here and there, but we wouldn't be constant. But continual improvement, important, rule is that you keep doing it every single day. That is where you grow. But it's okay if you are not keeping well, you can take that break, but still staying focused in that zone and growing every single day, it's going to surely give you that required result over a period of time. After, say, 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, whatever you are focusing on and working on, that's going to give you a result for sure. And that's also, visible in the health part. If you continuously work on health, it starts showing how flexible we can be, how swift we can be. If you're walking every single day, the speed increases, we start feeling how light we are, and we are able to breathe easily using pranayama and yoga and all of that. That is also different way of growing, and looking at your health aspect. So I would say, like, doing that small bit every single day for growing the health and improving your health. Apart from the career, this career is all the time talked in the town, but not about the health, or not much about the love we have to have. Because these days, like, we are so busy with the either with the idiot box, the TV, I would call, or the gadget. I do not know what I should call the Android phones. All we have people around sitting exactly in front of us, but all of us are holding our phones and scrolling instead of talking, instead of conversating, instead of having that quality time. So that's very, very important when you talk about, giving that love, showing the affection, and giving that family time. It is also love and family also will come together. It could be, the love could be for the family, for the friends, for your pets, or for yourself, self-love also. So giving that time for the love, and giving that time for the spiritual growth, because the spiritual growth is going to kind of allow you go deep inside you and unearth what exactly you want and what is your purpose and what is that you are going to bring into this life for yourself. So going a little spiritually deep inside, um I would say spirituality meaning is different for each and every person. Some people would feel doing meditation is spirituality for me, and some would feel, believing or trusting the universe is spirituality for me, and some people would say going to the temples and doing pujas is spirituality for me. And whatever is for you, do that extra bit every single day so that you understand where exactly you are and what you really want to, and go within deep inside you and get that, get to that destination where you want to in that area of life. And family, giving quality times to the family, spending, understanding and spending and budgeting, and having that fun moment is also very much important, because family is the backbone for us, and that is very important as well. And yeah, money, I'm sure like everybody here would be working on the career and money part. But yes, money, what happens, we actually become very addictive if you are getting a credit card and there is a message popping up saying you get rewards if you're going to spend so much of money, you are going to kind of be given some coupons. We are pushed to go ahead and do that, uh what is it, that buy, I'm not getting the right word, but we are forced to go ahead and spend all the money in the credit cards. But that is where, like, also most of the time we say I want to have fun, I want to kind of relax with my family, and we choose costly restaurants, and we choose travel places. All that is fine, perfectly fine, but we forget to save. We forget to save. If we are forgetting to save, that is where after some time in our life we understand the value of money. So where growing and understanding the quotient of money and using it wisely is also very, very important. And fun part, we can't be always serious, we can't be always be working, sitting at this in front of the system, or uh sitting in front of the TV as well. Fun is, yeah, it could be different for people. For some it could be being with the family and playing around with the whole of the family, going around and having the dine out, all of that. But giving that quality time is also important, but doing it mindfully is also good. And spending that time with friends, it's also very, very important. That brings out the child in you, brings out that extra energy, and it lets you speak out the mind. Most of the time in the COVID period, many of them were actually going in the search of talking to talking to the friends. And that's where, like, I'm sure like most of us held together, because many, I could hear a lot of depression stories, because sitting inside four walls was not for everybody. When we explored the online world, when we started connecting with lot many people during the COVID period, we understood like what mindset they were and what was hurting them, how could we heal them, how could we help them. One giving that one time, one call to that friend who's in need of a call, help that friend. So that is also improvising their life. It is not only our life, it's improvising their life, and vice versa. When they are going to give some valuable information, valuable learning to us, when we are going in a path and we are not right, when we share everything to our friends, I'm sure like that one friend who is really caring will say, this is not the route we have to take, and this is the route you have to take. So all of this is very, very important. Growing holistically, con- continually improving holistically in all the areas. Holistic means complete package in all the areas. That's where like it'll be a complete one. The wheel should have all the spokes, and all the spokes should be of same size. Only then the wheel will balance. So now I would call all these 8 are the spokes of our wheel of a life. And I actually I'm asking you to go ahead and do this small exercise. Vidya, can you put up this link in the chat so that people can check it out?
The one you had sent me?
Yes, Wheel of Life.
Sure.
So all of you, go ahead and just try this out for 5 minutes and understand like where exactly you're standing. I'm sure like this is going to help you find the gaps, which area you have to work on. It could be health, it could be family, it could be friends, or it could be even fun. You got it? Yeah.
Yeah. Just check if it's correct.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So you want us all to click on it and get into the link?
Yeah. Click on it and go ahead and do a small exercise. This is Wheel of Life exercise. Just go ahead and try this out, all of you. Working up. Is link working? Once again. Yeah, this is actually the link. Can anyone tell who is actually trying out this exercise? How is it? Were you able to look at it?
Yeah.
Yes, we can able to do this, and it's automatically filling with that percentage in wheels.
Yeah, correct.
So it's like it's given a chart of the percentage.
Yeah, we would know where we have to work on here. When you see the wheel should be, all the spokes should be equal and the wheel should be equal. I'm sure like all of us would not have given 9 for everything or 8 for everything. Right?
Yeah.
We wouldn't have actually even thought about this. We wouldn't have kind of understood we have to, work on this area because we are all so busy running at the back of career and money. That's it. Life takes over. Okay, now let's actually get into the next slide. And Give me a moment. Yeah, okay, fine. Now, when I'm talking about continual improvement for individuals, keeping in mind the wheel of life, continuous learning and skill development can be done. We can read a book called Atomic Habits. This Atomic Habits is a wonderful book which talks how we can develop small habits. It could be like you want to kind of do something, but you're not able to do. Every single day, do it for 2 minutes. And that is where like you improvise on it. For an example, you want to go to the gym. Every single day, try taking that first step out of your house and then till the gym and then going inside the gym and then starting doing for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. That's where like the consistent practice, that consistency is going to be the continual improvement thing for you, and it's going to sustain for you, giving good health results. And that's, as I mentioned, like also doing a small bit of exercising. You really don't have to go to the gym. You can also do at home. You can do that stretching. Excuse me. You can do that stretching. You can do that jumping jacks. Jump. Sorry.
No problem. Please go ahead.
And squats. And even if you're a yoga person, can do the Surya Namaskar with that 8 poses, that's enough. And that small bit every day, 10 minutes, or that walking as well as your doctor mentioned, is surely going to add up to your health, better health. And that pranayama as well for giving a better breathe. Prioritizing our task every single day, that actually will be the key for success, I would say. Every single day, if we are having a practice of getting up in the morning, having the cup of water, warm water, and sitting and listing out the work we have to do every day, prioritizing those. It could be like 5 or 6 you're writing, which is very important to be done, and prioritizing them surely will see to completion. So that is very important. If you are actually like looking at studying or learning something, we can use this Pomodoro technique, like 15 minutes and a small break, 15 minutes and a small break, or 20 minutes and a small break. That is the Pomodoro technique. So there are multiple ways where really we have to improve, and it has to be right over here. We have to think. What we think, we act. What we act, we become. So practicing both verbal and written communication is also one of the continual improvement, which is going to help you go further in your life, because you are going to conversate with lot many people in your life. If your communication is really nice, you can approach anybody without any hesitation. Otherwise, you term yourself as an introvert. Actually, you're not. You could be an extrovert, but only missing bit for you would be the communication. எனக்கு தமிழ்ல தான் பேச தெரியும், அதனால நான் வந்து இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேச மாட்டேன், இல்ல எனக்கு ஹிந்தி தெரியாது. So it is not what's stopping you to talk. It is the language, the communication, the way you want to put it is stopping you. So learning that bit where you have to go is very important. Giving time to your relationships. If you are working husbands and you have a housewife, I'm sure like your wife will be complaining if you're not going to give any time for the person. I'm sure like you want to grow, so you are running at the back of your career and you want to do 15 hours work because your boss has told you next time you are going to work for 18 hours and going to finish this work, you're going to be given a promotion. Absolutely, yes, you'll be getting the promotion, but you'll be compromising on your family, you'll be compromising on your health. So I would say, do the work in the given stipulated period. Have that particular time set for each and everything you want to do in life, not just the career, not just, going around and playing Even I would say some people would give more time by going and playing in the weekends in a ground. So for them, that is very important. Absolutely. When you have set that time, also set the time for the family, set the time for the fun part, set the time for your children, set the time for everything you have to really do. That's actually where the bond comes up. That's actually where you can grow. You can be a good parent, you can be a good son or a daughter, you can be a responsible, human being in this earth. Learning to plan financially is also very important. We can use these budgets. Those days, I remember my mother-in-law used to have a notebook and write even the bus tickets, how many bus tickets she has actually, bought, the money, and what is that she spent for the grocery and each and everything. I'm sure like many of the households still have the budgeting in practice. So budgeting, there are much more, easier templates available online these days. Just go ahead and download some budget template and start filling them according to whatever is your day-to-day expenses or monthly expenses, how you want to plan it. So that is going to give us where, how much is the expenses and what is spending and what is available for you to save. Always plan to save. That is where, like those days, those piggy bank came in handy. We all had the piggy bank. Piggy bank. We used to buy that and we used to save. And that was the habit which was inculcated for saving. But did we continue? No. We have to start to save and invest regularly. That is where we have healthy financial life. So investing in ourselves to grow professionally and personally, like I'm sure like most of them would have done multiple courses these days during the COVID period, trying to understand where I have to go. Bought many courses, but have you all completed the courses? Go ahead and do those courses if you have bought any. If you have not bought any course, you had not deep dived into the online, rush, I would say try finding a proper mentor relevant to area of your gap. The gap, it could be holistic gap as well. It could be career gap as well. It could be anything which you have identified. Understand where exactly you are today and where you want to go. Find the gap and start working on it every single day. The Rome was not built in a day. That is what is the saying we hear. So everything which grows had that work, had that, effort put every single day, a little bit of effort every single day. That's where we slowly and gradually grow to that place. And we have to also be very socially responsible by saving energy, by, saving water and going for that initiative of plant saplings, plantation, growing all the trees, because Coimbatore, a lot of trees are cut, Coimbatore is becoming a smart city. So a lot of trees are cut. We are feeling the heat. So we need a lot of, we are having a lot of humidity. So we have to cut that out. And we have a lot of plastic usages, cleaning up the plastics. As a corporate social responsibility, we had actually kind of gone and done a few cleaning activities of the lakes. Now the lakes actually are looking far better because of some responsible corporate groups where they could go ahead and do. We can also be a part of that. That actually is not only, that actually grows you as a human being. The continual improvement is not only for the career, it is also you evolving as a better human being, you evolving as a better person. And dedicating for hobbies and creativity. If you are a creative person, you are having that creative hat in you, you want to paint, you want to do that DIY stuffs, and you want to kind of set up a store where handmade things are sold. Absolutely. Go ahead and find out if that is your purpose. That is your ikigai. These were actually, I'm talking about individual continual improvement, but now let's look at the continual improvement for leaders to improve in the organization. Little serious on that note. Running Kaizen projects, sir, also mentioned, Ravindranath sir was mentioning, touch upon the Kaizen projects. Yes, sir, here I'm touching upon the Kaizen projects. Kaizen projects actually are, understanding where we are exactly and where we want to go. The same pattern comes into this practice where we use the process flowchart and we understand, we analyze, and we use that DMAIC, define, measure, analyze, and improve and control. We use the DMAIC and we put that learning and put that gap into place. We fix it and we control it and we improvise on that area. It could be, for an example, what is the one project I did was, we were actually going on doing error for, we were having error rate of say around 40%. Just because of one single error we were going on doing in our organization, in our operations in my previous company. So it involved, we were actually supporting the UK market. It involved the VAT, the tax actually, like our GST, VAT is for UK. So we were supposed to check on one box where it mentions the VAT exemption. We actually used to get the certificates from the companies for VAT exemption, where we miss out to kind of check out that, and it goes as if the client have to pay the VAT. So that becomes a bigger issue. Client customer dissatisfaction comes up, and there are complaints. There are, losing out of the orders further from that customers. So what actually we were thinking was that actually is growing every single day. The percentage of errors are growing in that area. And we try to kind of look at the root cause of this particular error, why we are, having this error, how we can find the corrective action, how we can actually put a full stop for this problem. So that is when we did the analysis, what is supposed to be done. And we found there is one possibility where in the ERP SAP we were doing, we could actually get a report and we can recheck that. If that actually rechecking it took 10 to 15 minutes every single day in the end of the day, and that put a full stop for this. It also completely, became as a corrective action, eradicated that type of error completely. So that was one of the Kaizen projects we did. And also, like, we tried to do one GB project, which involved the article numbering. And for another area of, for Australia, when we were working, and we were actually not able to properly identify the product what the client was ordering for from the purchase order, because our sales person were giving different names for the product. So the article numbering was not in place, because that newly evolved market, they were giving their own numbering, and we understood that via analysis through the GB project, and we fixed that. And when that came into practice, we were able to kind of pick up the correct product and ship the correct product to the client. Why? Because, the same type of product, there'll be a slight difference. That'll be a different product. So when we are able to kind of give a different code for, or different article number for each and every product, we were able to kind of give the right product for the customer. So these were a few projects we did. And yes, running Kaizen projects, that did help my company a lot. That is when, like, we were able to reduce the order working time. We were able to ship faster to the client, and we started getting more orders from those clients, and we had happy customers. And yes, training and developing the employees to match the skill requirement, that's very, very important. I would say, like when we are thinking about continual improvement, training plays a crucial role. And even I would say, like if that role demands any training, the employee are supposed to be equipped with that required training by the relevant department. That's when like we can expect what the deliverable could be. If we don't teach what the employee has to do, they will not know what they have to do. When they learn it by themselves, the time actually expands and extends. When we are able to give quality training in the given stipulated period, I'm sure like we are going to make the employee work efficiently, and we will get the deliverables faster as well. So getting feedback from our clients to understand the customer satisfaction level, very much important. By Net Promoter Score, we send the feedback to the client. If they are going to promote us, they'll give us some score. If they are not going to promote us, they are going to give some other score. That's going to be an indication if you're doing well, if you're not doing well. If you're not doing well, we have to focus on that particular area. What is actually like the pressing issue for that particular client, why they are not promoting us. So focusing on that area, improvising on that area, that is going to give a very satisfied customer, and we are going to build in more clientele through that customer as well. So keeping an eye on quality, yes, that has been a practice for each and every company. I'm sure like QC is done for every process we do. Quality check is done. And if we are at par, most of the time, I would say the key performance indicator will include the turnaround time and the quality measure as well, like percentage of quality, whatever is written in the SLA. So keeping a eye on quality is very important. Most of the company also talks, we give quality service on time every time. So that is what is the motto we have. And that is the important thing, catch or hook, I would say, which will attract the customers to us, because not only we say we do quality service or we give quality products, we do that actually. Or why would you say I want a Apple phone? Because it is a quality product. It has real good I'm sorry real good qualities in it. They knew to kind of sell the experience. That's where we have so many Apple fans across the globe. So yes, keeping an eye on quality is important. Being current with latest technology requirement and upgrading to the same. Yeah, this is more important when we are actually improvising ourselves. Yesterday before COVID, the requirement to be online was not there. But today, we all know how to operate on a Zoom, how to operate Teams, go to meeting, and there's much more, online meeting channels. And also not only that, we know so many tools which we can use, how we can work on the apps, where we can download them, and how we can equip ourselves. We know all of that. So upgrading ourselves to be in the place where we are able to handle ourselves, our day-to-day work, our professional work, maybe personal work. Because if you're not upgrading yourself, you would not know what is online shopping as well. Online shopping also can be done. Just kidding. And yes, upgrading ourselves to the technology is important. Why I say this is very important? Because before few years, just having a website was enough. But today, if we have upgraded ourselves, our technology to cater to current, I am sure this website only with your traffic would have brought in so many profitable leads to you. Those profitable leads, the company actually is not only is following those exterior marketing practices. These days, the digital marketing also is important. So this is one of the latest technology which is growing up, digital marketing. The buzzes around, and a lot of them are understanding why digital marketing, why we have to understand about the social media, and why we have to promote and all of that stuff. So yeah, upgrading, keeping us in the game and growing is also very important. And initiating our thinking hats and innovating that one selling idea or product. That one selling idea of ChatGPT today is selling. That one selling idea of selling the experience sell is making Apple sell. So likewise, we have to identify that one selling area. It's not going to be like today you think, tomorrow you're going to get an idea, and day after tomorrow you're going to implement. It doesn't work that way. Creativity doesn't work that way. But striving towards that, striving towards going for that one selling. Cloud kitchens, that one selling area. Online shopping, Amazon's, that's one selling idea. Where you don't have to go out of the house. You can order from the comfort of your home, just pressing the buttons in your phone. You are able to kind of get the market to your house. That's one selling idea, brilliant idea. So we have to capture, and we have to kind of make our thinking hats work, where that one selling idea will make you or your company and your product a bigger success. Doing regular financial analysis will keep us in growth mode. Most of us actually do not think about, when we have to grow continually, we do not think about the financial analysis. We have to look at where we are. Maybe we are actually earning more, the turnaround is high, but what if the expenses are even more higher? If we are not able to get the ratio properly, we will not know what the profit we are making. When we are not knowing the ratio, I'm sure that is going to be a bigger hole in the pocket. We have to be there. We have to improvise in understanding how the financial analysis also can be done effectively and efficiently, so that we are not missing out anything in that area also. Engaging employees is another key for motivated employees. How? By employee engagement. We can actually arrange for tournaments, like what my company is doing currently, and we have tournaments, cricket tournaments, and also we have fun Fridays. Like every company would have different way of doing it. My previous company had award functions and the annual day functions, where we were able to kind of go ahead and perform and all of that stuff. So yeah, the employee engagement, keeping the employee motivated, will give us continual improvement in our work, in our area, in our company, in our process. Reducing waste by practicing sustainability is also the key for responsible management. Reducing waste is also one of the 6 Sigma. 7 wastes. Actually, if anybody here is knowing about 7 waste, will know how reducing waste is crucial. But again, apart from that, only 6 Sigma, I would say normally reducing waste, like closing the tap, not utilizing not switching on the EB power, something like that, for an example. So if we are being responsible in taking care of our environment and reducing whatever is not required for us, reducing the waste, and we are not actually using more plastic, being very mindful, all of this actually is going to kind of improvise in that area. Having our, a green, healthy earth. So yeah, this was it I had today to discuss with all of you. I hope it was an interesting session. And I would want Vidya to share the Excel which I have sent you so that I can show how we can use that Excel template.
Just give me a second.
Yeah. Meanwhile, before Vidya is sharing, I would want to hear from all of you. How was the session? Was it interesting and useful for you, for any of you?
It was a great session, Vijayalakshmi. It was, you touched upon all areas of life, like family, career, and love, and everything. So it was a little bit of, like you said, a holistic kind of thing. And we're having some comments in the chat section.
Yeah, I'm seeing them. I'm seeing them.
Yeah. Soumya says, great presentation, ma'am. And so Srinidhi and Mr. Manoj Kumar. Anybody would like to go on for some questions while I post the Excel? Please go ahead, unmute yourself, and you can come with questions.
Yeah, were you able to add the Excel in the chat?
I'm on it, Vijayalakshmi. Just give me
Okay.
a second.
Okay. Meanwhile, like I'll try sharing that to people. I'll just show how it can be done. Once again. Okay, this is how the Excel template looks like. And, just go ahead and work on this monthly investments and age BOP and years alone. Do not touch anything which is having a formula. And this 3 alone is going to give you, and also you can add in the interest you are looking at. So all this 4, it's going to give you an idea like how much you have to be investing and what is the amount you'll be getting. So this actually can be helpful if you are planning for your retirement, or if you want to go for a vacation, you want to plan for a higher education, anything you want to kind of save and invest, you can use this template. This is one of the thing I mentioned I would give. Hope this is helping you. If it is not possible for you to send over here, Vidya, no problem. You actually can send in the group, and anyone else, like if you want to, you can approach Vidya or me. We can give you. Also, I want to kind of share my LinkedIn link here. If anyone is interested, you can connect with me as well. Here is your LinkedIn link. Any questions? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. If anyone is having a question, you can feel free to, chat over here or even text me.
We were talking about continual growth and how you have to update yourself, right? And
Yes.
So you took the example of going to the gym. So it
Yeah.
could be any other area in your life where you would want to put in some effort, but then you're feeling too lazy, or that initial hitch for the first step. So how, at that point, how do you motivate yourself?
That's a beautiful question, Vidya. Motivation actually would say it is what comes within it. You do not have to kind of look at that as a pill from outside. It is your passion which drives you to do things, even for a smaller thing, different area. If you want to ask, decluttering our house, most of us will not feel like clearing a place. We accumulate things around us and we do not know what to do, but doing that little bit every single day is going to make your place better. Or doing that little bit of study, what you have to do today, every single day you plan 15 minutes I'm going to read this, 15 minutes I'm going to read this. I'm sure eventually, after like say 20 pages every single day you read, you finish a book in 10 days if it is a 200-page book.
So start small is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Tiny baby steps.
Yeah. It could be like that is what I mentioned, like do it for 2 minutes, starting with 2 minutes, and then do it for 5 minutes, and then do it for 10 minutes. That's when like you will become motivated eventually to do that thing. If you push it in the beginning itself, if you say half an hour, I'm going to do the exercise. If you become tired, if you become like out of breath, you say like, no, I'm not going today. I'm getting so much of pain in my leg. I am not going tomorrow.
That's true. And you put it off for another month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So, but when you're going to do it for 2 minutes, or when you're going to do it for 5 minutes, I'm sure like you'll be able to kind of handle, and you'll be able to kind of anticipate what you have to expect from that. And slowly you build that.
Correct. Thank you, Vijayalakshmi. But I think this current obsession for the gadgets, right, is keeping us away from a lot of things that we would love to do, actually. Yeah, Dr. Ravindran has posted, can you put some light on work-life balancing, which we usually mismanage our life, that is balancing among personal, professional, and social fronts?
Perfect. So perfect question is that actually like work-life balance is very, very important. As I mentioned, this holistic growth is talking more on this work-life balance also. We are not just, here to sit down and work for 15 hours. When we are able to kind of prioritize our work, and we are able to kind of, go ahead and do that toughest work in the beginning, I'm sure like in the given period, we'll be doing so much of work to be done, and we can focus on other areas of our life as well. The mistake we do is we forget to prioritize. We always tend to do the easiest things in the beginning and keep the toughest thing for the last. And we say like, we are not finding the time, but we have to finish because the deadline has come. We rush and we completely let go of the other areas. This is actually, it starts from the prioritizing. When we prioritize and plan efficiently, we will be able to do the work efficiently and see to the completion. And also like one of my mentors used to say, if we are not able to work between that 8.5 hours given or 9 hours given, we are not efficient enough. We should not be stretching and working. We can work for that particular 9 hours most efficiently and effectively. That's what is very important. And give the rest of the time to the family, to the friends, to your health, to your fun, and all the other areas which you are seeing in the wheel of life. What is the gap you have to work on? That is work-life balance, I would say so. If the question is, are you doing it? I am trying to do. Nobody is actually like perfect in that area completely, But I am working more on my spiritual area at this current moment and more on my career. But I try to give my best to all the other areas as well. When you talk about the health, when you talk about the friends, I do connect with friends. Every now and then we are in groups and we go for the get together. Or even my 10th maths, 12th maths and college maths, we are in connection. We all actually meet frequently.
That's something we should not lose, right? Connection with friends.
Absolutely not. Everything is actually
it's like a
very
boost of energy for the week ahead, right?
true, very true, very true.
Any other questions from our participants? Anand sir is our past president.
Okay, sir.
He is also a regular on our Monday musings. So his question is, good presentation, madam. Between profession and family, how much time and effort should we allocate for each of them?
So that's again another wonderful question, sir. How much time and effort we should allocate actually depends on which area you have to strengthen. So if you see you have actually given a lot of time for your profession and you are already set in your profession, it's going to go on automatically. You have to kind of focus a lot on your family. So it depends on person to person, situation to situation. So when you have a small baby, newborn baby, I'm sure like your focus should be more, your allocation of time should be more for the family, but not actually compromising on profession, I would say. But at the same time, the focus will be more on the family front. But when you see your kids are grown already and you are in a place for you're running for the next promotion, your focus actually should be in your profession. So it depends on where exactly, in which phase of your life you are in, you have to take the call. The allocation of time depends on that. I hope I have answered your question, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, if there are no more questions, we'll wrap. Yeah, there's one more question. Why do people discourage us when we start doing something which we love? How to manage or overcome this? This is from Soumya.
Okay. Soumya, again, that's a brilliant question. Most of the time, actually, people speak what is in them. If they are a person who have a lot of disbelief, they will discourage. So why do? That's the answer. And how to manage or overcome? I would say, don't bother about what people are saying. Listen to your gut, listen to your instinct, listen to what you really want to do. But yes, you have to understand and analyze if that what you want to do is going to affect you or it's going to promote you. If it is going to affect you, take care, do not do it. If it is going to promote you, go ahead and do it. And like in Hindi, you say like, log kya kahenge? Yeah, you really don't have to bother what people are speaking. If you're really are at the hearing mode of what society is going to speak about you, you will never grow. Yeah.
That's a beautiful answer, Jayalakshmi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, then we go for wrapping the session.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the beautiful session today. It was a very varied topic, and I was wondering at the beginning of the, when I had asked for your profile, like you're into a very different line, and you were saying holistic growth. So it was like for a minute I was like, okay. But then now hearing you talk, and it was a beautiful session, and it was a natural order. You touched upon all the spheres of life. So it was like getting a lesson from a life coach.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you had given us beautiful examples from your work life as well, so that we can also look into the little things that we might miss out, and taking baby steps to do what you really like. That's another wonderful motivation for all of us. It's a good advice that, people can start doing something for what they want to do. And the efforts will definitely reap it. So thank you for the session, Vijayalakshmi. It was a great time. We had a nice time listening to you. And thank you all the participants. Thank you for your time and your questions. And we look forward to having another nice session with you when we have a lot of participation due to exams and internships. The participation has been very less. So we'll definitely like to have you over when we have more participation.
Sure, Vidya. Next time we can probably touch upon Six Sigma in a very professional way.
Oh yeah, that would be good. Yes.
Yeah, because you
Okay.
actually mentioned different, walks of life. People from different walks of life will join. I wanted to kind of touch upon a generic area. And if next time we can actually talk about giving a session on a white belt or a yellow belt or a green belt as well. Yeah. But that can
would
be
be
a little
nice.
extensive session.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for this
Vijayalakshmi.
opportunity. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ravindran, and thank you so much, Vidya, and thank you all of you from CMA. This has been an honor to have me here and allow me to talk about continual improvement. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night, everybody, and have a great week ahead.